Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wide World of Options, our final broadcast of the year 2025. I'm your host, Mark Benzaquen, and joining me today to close out the year is a familiar face in the options world. He's also the beauty and brains behind Market Taker Mentoring, Mr. Dan Passarelli. Dan, thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, Mark, it is great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again. Dan, quite a year in the markets, right? At the time of our recording today, the S&P is up about 16% year to date, 12% for the Dow, 23% for the NASDAQ. We've had our first $5 trillion company. AI-related businesses are off the charts, multiplying exponentially. Crypto continues to be a newsmaker. I mean, it's just, everything is going on this year. So let me ask you this first question of the day. With all that's happened, what is something that surprised you most this year? And then let's look at the flip side of that coin. What is something that, in your opinion, has been the least surprising?
Oh gosh. Um, well, I mean, I guess the most surprising is just the relentless ignorance of valuation.
All right, let me ask you, what do you mean by that? Ignorance of valuation.
I mean, there's just been this decoupling between price and value.
In reality.
Yeah, in reality. Um, and it's just been weird.
Right. Now, and listeners, what I should do is let me preface with all this, the rest of our conversation by saying the opinions and views of my guest, as well as myself, are our own opinions and views and don't necessarily reflect those of OCC. That being said, Dan, let's go ahead. Let's talk a little bit more. With the ignorance of valuation, I think is what you had said.
Yeah, yeah. And Mark, like you know me, I try not to inject a lot of opinions because hey, I mean, I don't know everything. I mean, traders' opinions is the whole idea behind the market.
True,
Your
true,
dollar is
right.
your vote. But I mean, geez Louise, how do I not have an opinion when we're looking at, you know, one company with a 495 PE ratio that people just keep buying. And the market itself at what is it, over a 31 PE ratio for the S&P 500, uh, only been higher in during the last three financial crises. So yeah, I mean that is definitely at the top of my list of just the most surprising because I'm just struggling to see how it makes sense.
Right. Right. Okay. So let's do the flip side of the coin. That's what surprised you the most. What do you find as the least surprising? Something that you expected to happen in 25 and actually did.
Well, I was going to joke that it's the same answer uh, as far as least surprising. But when you threw in that I expected it to happen, no, I did not expect it to happen. In hindsight, in a way, it's not as surprising as it is, um, because we've seen such a shift towards retail people jumping into the market.
Hmm.
And well, let's just say retail people think about trading and investing different than professionals. And, you know, there's a lot of really, really good retail traders and investors out there. Um, but some vote with their heart using their dollars
Right.
and they think things are going to be great and they buy stocks, but that doesn't always match up with what the numbers tell you should be the valuation.
Hmm. Yeah, and I mean that's certainly a surprise for me. And speaking of valuation, this is something that I personally find so mind blowing. I remember it wasn't too long ago that Apple became the first $1 trillion company. This was what, like 2018, I think. 2 years later, they doubled their valuation to 2 trillion. About a year and a half, they went to 3 trillion. This past year, 2025, we had Nvidia was the first $4 trillion company, and then just a few short months later, they hit 5 trillion. So we went nearly 50 years from when the market first opened to when we had our first $1 trillion company, and then just a handful of years afterwards where those valuations have quintupled. I guess all that in my mind is what's next? Where do we go from here? So let me ask you, let's look at 2026. Again, in your opinion, are we looking at more growth? Some people say the market is overvalued and is ripe for a pullback. What do you think is going to happen? Are you positioning yourself for growth, or are you being a little bit more protective coming into 2026?
Yes.
All right, next question. Great. How
Right.
about we do this? How about you expound on that? Yes, please.
Okay. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I think that, yeah, I try and look at the psychology of what is happening because, I mean, that's a big part of stock prices as well. It's the numbers, the valuation, but it's also how people react, and that's fundamental analysis as well. It's fundamental data. It's people buying and selling for whatever the reason is.
Mhm.
And I think that there are definitely some tailwinds or headwinds, tailwinds. I always forget which one it is. Tail pushes you forward, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Headwind you're going against.
Yes, yes. So I think that there are some tailwinds for sure for a lot of stocks out there and the economy. And I think that there are a lot of things to be excited about. And I think this quarter was, I mean, it was another double-digit growth quarter. I mean, earnings is not over just yet, but so far that's what it's looking like. Um, it was a great quarter, and I am looking towards continued growth and more growth to the future. And so that's not to go against what we talked about already. It's it's just that I think that the the market's gotten a little bit ahead of itself in terms of valuation. Like,
Mhm.
I think there are a lot of good economic things coming down the pipe, and not even coming down the pipe, but already taking place with AI. I think that's a very exciting thing. But I mean, I wrote this on my Substack the other day. Like, if you think about a company as like buying any other business, like the guy down the street's selling his dry cleaners business, and you're going to buy it, and you say, well, what'd you earn last year? Well, I earned, this. Okay, well, I'll pay you 50 times what you earned last year. So I'll break even 50 years from now.
Yeah, right. So you're equating that to kind of how the market is, and again, that overvaluation that we were talking about.
Yeah, yeah. But like, I mean, back to the things to look forward to. Like, if I've seen that this dry cleaner is growing, doubling his revenues year after year, okay, that
Mhm.
changes things. That's not a 50-year break even.
Right.
So I mean, I I guess I'm exuberant, but not over exuberant.
Okay. All right. I like that. Let me ask you this. Now, your business, market taker mentoring. Obviously, you've got clients that range from, I'm assuming, brand new to options to the more advanced traders. With your with your clientele, are you seeing, and I want to turn this back kind of option centric, because volume has exploded. Every year after year, we're looking at new records. 2024, we cleared OCC cleared 12.3 billion option contracts. We've already broken that a record this year, and we still have more time to go. More people are trading options. More people are in the market. with your clients, are you seeing any common mistakes maybe that a beginner is making? Or are you, or let's, maybe even a different question. How do you see them looking forward to 2026? What's on their radar? Maybe we look at it that way.
Oh boy, man, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Throwing it at you.
um, yeah, I mean, we work with retail and professional traders, just of all sorts, from just learning what a call or a put is to I've been trading for 20 years and I'm doing great, but I want to do better.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, we definitely see our fair share of mistakes. One of the interesting things that I am seeing is, I guess, what I'm seeing less of, and I think that that is mistakes. Um, I think that while we are getting more people trading options coming into the options business, I think a lot of the volume is the people that have stood the test of time. The survivorship bias, I guess we could call
Okay.
it as a
Right. I
chart.
like that.
Yeah, like I mean, there's always people coming into the market, and a lot of them just get shaken out. They try it, they lose, and they go away, and more people come. But the people who stayed, they keep getting better, and they keep getting more profitable, and therefore they keep trading bigger. And so I think we're seeing a much more clever core group of traders from retail
Hmm.
that are making up a lot of that volume. And I don't know, that's exciting to me. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, it absolutely is. I remember, we did a conference, OIC, Options Industry Council, and OCC does a conference every year. We were in West Palm Beach. One of my guests, somebody I'm sure that you are familiar with, JJ Kinahan, and JJ was saying, in his opinion, it's never been a better time to be a retail trader. The environment that they have, the education that they have at their fingertips, et cetera. It's they've never had it better than they do today. Is that something? It sounds like that's something you completely agree with.
oh my gosh, yeah, that's really, really true. I mean, yeah, geez, well, let's see. Can I add anything to what you said about what JJ said? I mean, the education is out there.
Hmm.
The tools keep getting better and better. And I think they will continue to get better and better as as the world figures out what to do with AI,
Right. Yeah.
including,
Good point. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, our neck of the woods can really, really benefit from that, I think.
Hmm. Absolutely. Um, New Year's resolutions. We're at the end of the year. People are looking forward to 2026. Are you a New Year's resolutions kind of guy? Do you, come up with this grocery list? All right, I want to do this. I want to do that. There's something funny I saw the other day that, coming in the end of the year, that, gee, I only have a few more weeks to become the better person I said I was going to become at the beginning of the year. So I better, get off my butt and get on that. Are you somebody that kind of takes that to heart, that makes New Year's resolutions?
Yes, I think that, I mean, is there anything special about January 1st or anything? I mean, no, it could be any day of the year. It's just what the, Pope Gregory long, long ago.
Well, I love it. A history lesson.
Yeah. But because it is the end of the year and the start of the new year, this man-made thing, it's a nice time to kind of pull back and take advantage of that to do things like make resolutions. And I have two.
Okay, good. I like this.
Yeah. So one, I want to be a better investor,
Okay.
which, I've been doing this 30 years, 30 some years. Uh, and that might have been my New Year's resolution for the last 10 years.
Right.
But I know that you can always get better at anything.
Okay.
So one, to become a better investor, and two, I have got a book coming out next year in April, so it's still a long ways off. But I want to be able to bring that to people and work more with conservative investors
Hmm.
and serious traders.
Okay.
Uh, and and that kind of excites me to really focus on the people who are focused
Hmm.
on these things, because I love working with people who are excited about options. That's what keeps me going because
Right.
I mean they're the easiest to teach and the most fun to teach.
Right, and they're engaged, they're educated, they're always entertaining. I love when going around the country. There's a couple different conferences that I attend, and I love meeting these investors where they are, and answering their questions, talking to them. People that use our resources. It's always nice to meet. And I agree with you. It's energizing. It's something that I love to do. I'm interested, or I should say, I find it interesting that one of your resolutions is to become a better investor. I wouldn't expect to hear that from a professional trader, that they're looking to do, to become better in their craft, if you will. So I think that's excellent. There's always room to learn. Um, uh, as you know, I've been playing drums for a very, very long time. One of my favorite drummers, unfortunately passed away several years ago, but there was a time when he took drum lessons himself as he was already at the upper echelon, the top of the mountain when it comes to drummers, and then he took lessons to try to become better, and it just, to me, it blew my mind. He was already the greatest drummer in the world, and here he is, wanting to do better. So kudos to you for um, wanting to be better at your craft. I think that's terrific. So thank you for that. Before we close things out, there's going to be a new segment that we're going to be doing next year in 2026. We're going to kind of, mix things up a little bit with the wide world of options, but I want you to be my guinea pig, if you don't mind. And this isn't anything, cutting edge. A lot of people are doing this. Stephen Colbert is, famous for it. Kind of like a lightning round, completely unrelated to business in this case, just random questions just to get your opinion, get your idea, see what makes you tick. So if you don't mind, you're going to be my guinea pig, and I'm going to ask you some questions and we see where this goes. All right.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go. You and I both very much into music. Let me ask you this. What was your first concert and what was your last concert?
Oh no. God, what was I honestly I cannot remember exactly what my first concert was, and that's really crazy because everybody does who's a music person. Oh my gosh, really weird.
All right. How about the last concert that you've been to?
I know, and this is just as terrible
Oh,
because
come on.
I know. You know what? I think I think maybe my last concert was okay, wait.
I'm,
I know this is
I'm,
supposed to be a lightning round. I'm
I think
screwing
I'm
up.
afraid to hear the answer here.
I yes, yes, I'm screwing up your lightning round totally.
That's okay.
So like I've been working on this book since like March, and
Right.
like every second of my time is taken up. So I it's been a while since I've been to a concert. But the most recent one I think was Barry Manilow in Las
Oh, Lord.
Vegas.
Oh, my gosh. All right.
I took my mom.
I love it. Now, it's kind of, similar to that. My first concert was Neil Diamond.
Oh yeah, all right.
And I was 13 years old, the old Chicago Auditorium. Yeah, or maybe the International Amphitheater, but yeah, 13 Neil Diamond. So interesting. Barry Manilow. Wow. Yeah, no, I can understand your reluctance to mention that. Let me ask you this: your cell phone. What's the app that you use the most?
It is Chat GPT.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I like that. Yeah, and I think going forward, that's probably going to be the answer for a lot of people down the road. Interesting. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Uh, like platonic too.
What, whatever you like. I used to have a Bo Derek poster on my wall as
Ooh.
a 13-year-old. So, yeah,
Uh,
whoever you got, your first celebrity crush.
I'll go with Madonna.
Oh,
I know
really?
I'm failing. Like you're never gonna want to talk to me again after today.
Well,
Uh,
the good thing about our lightning round, there are no right or wrong answers for the most part, although Barry Manilow might be pushing it a little bit. Again, here we go. Homage to Stephen Colbert. What is the best sandwich?
Oh God, I'm a foodie. Oh gosh. Do we go like, Reuben, from like a great Jewish deli?
Yeah.
Do we go Chicago beef? Oh, I don't know. Today, I love the Reubens, but they give me heartburn. I'm going Italian beef, and you gotta dunk the whole thing, and it's
Right.
gotta have hot giardiniera. My
Okay.
wife says you shouldn't have olives in the giardiniera, but she is wrong, and I can say that because she's not here right now. So yes, Italian
I
beef.
love it. I love it. All right. Let me ask you last question. If you could time travel, would you go to the future? Would you go to the past? And why?
Ooh, I would go to the past.
Okay.
I would go to the past because I'm also kind of a bit of a history nerd,
Yeah,
and
that Pope Gregory comment certainly, shed some light on that for us.
and I would love to just go and see what it was really like in, I don't know. I mean, fortunately, I only had to say past or future. I didn't have to say exactly where or when,
Right. Right.
but because that would be a whole nother set of choices. But I'd love to go and see what it was really like in one of these eras and places.
Okay. Well, thank you for being my guinea pig for our lightning round. I need to come up with a name for it, something catchy. So maybe I'll go to Chat GPT. I'll borrow your most used app and see what they can come up for us. But thank you for that. And again, thanks for bearing with us with all this nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us today for OIC's Wide World of Options. Special thanks to Dan Passarelli, Market Taker Mentoring. We're very much looking forward to your book. You said roughly April or so, 2026.
Yep, April.
Excellent. So we'll look for that out there. And to our listeners, thanks for your continued support. If you're interested in our OIC webinar program, head on over to optionseducation.org. Our webinars are the second and third Wednesday of each month, 3:30 p.m. Central. We also have our OIC office hours, Ask Us Almost Anything. That's going to be the second and third Thursday of each month, noon Central. And any options related questions that you have, shoot us an email, options@theocc.com. Again, a final thank you goes out to Dan and to our Wide World of Options family. We're incredibly thankful and grateful to our listeners who joined us throughout 2025. We certainly hope to see you in 2026, where we've got all new content and new guests as well to provide us with their hopefully entertaining and educational insight and educational perspectives. Until then, our OIC family wishes you all happy holidays, a happy new year, and may it be filled with prosperity and much success. Thank you, everyone. And Deanne, again, thanks for joining us. We'll see you all very soon.